it's Michelle with Stamping with Michelle. I am here with another Learn to Stamp video. Today we are going to talk about watercoloring using the watercolor pencils. That's what I've done in this card here, in these birds. It creates a really fun, subtle look. I really enjoy using the pencils. So let's go ahead and get started. I have already stamped my birds here. I'm using thick Whisper White cardstock. I really prefer to use the thick Whisper White when I'm going to be doing watercoloring. You could also use, of course, the watercolor paper or the shimmery white cardstock, but I think that it holds and can handle the water a little bit better. I am not going to talk too much about the water painters. I did that on my video that I shared last week, so you can go back and check that video out and see where I talked about the features and components of the water painters. So let's start with our pencils here, and I'm just going to sketch in a little bit of color. I'm going to put some of the yellow here, the Daffodil Delight. These watercolor pencils do coordinate with our colors, which makes it really nice. So when you're done, you know your card is going to come together because you can use the coordinating cardstock. We'll put a little bit of the Bermuda Bay on these three birds here up on the head. And we'll make the other one Calypso Coral. That is wing too. I'm also going to do a little bit of Calypso on some of these flowers. And we'll do a couple of them in the Bermuda Bay. And then we'll do Old Olive for the leaves. I'm not coloring it in fully, I'm just sketching in a little bit of color. This would be fun. You could do this ahead of time and then bring this with you somewhere. You could make a color. I don't know, when I was a kid I used to have these sheets that I could get that had dots of color, and I would take a Q-tip with water and I would just paint with it. And I thought it was the most fun thing. You could do that for a kid by doing the same thing here, by pre-coloring it, and all they have to do is add water with a Q-tip. Okay, now we got that all sketched in. Let's go ahead and start painting. I'm going to make sure my brush is ready to go. I'm going to start with the yellow and the bellies here. We're just going to spread that color out. I'm going to do all the yellow first. That way I don't have to worry about cleaning it in between. Now I'll start pulling in some of this blue, and we can pull some of that blue down onto it like that. All right, when I'm happy with those, I'm just going to scribble it on my scrap paper, make sure my brush is clean. And now we'll do the other pink-headed bird here. And we'll do the Calypso flowers. And it's kind of relaxing. Just spread those colors out a little bit. All right, let's move to the leaves. If you go out of the lines a little, that's okay too. It kind of gives it that impressionistic watercolor look. A good watercolor doesn't always follow the lines exactly anyway, so you don't have to be super fussy. I think that's what I like. If you feel like your brush is getting a little bit dry, you can squeeze some more from the barrel to get it a little bit wetter. And we'll finish up with our branch here. And there you go. That is our completed little piece. Let me bring the finished card back in so you can see it. And that's how I completed it. You can purchase any of these supplies by going to my website at www.michellebreton.com and clicking on the online ordering button on the right hand side of the blog. If you have any questions, certainly shoot me an email, and happy stamping!